Hey guys, in case you hadn't noticed, I've changed the name, so I'll have to welcome you to the very first video under the name Weaponized Truth. We've come to a very important time in this country's history where the majority of Americans are more concerned about the safety of Americans and the future of the American economy, a lot more so than anything else, which was very evident by the election of our president, Donald Trump. And he has laid out an executive order to put a 90-day hold on people coming into the country illegally from 7 different countries. There's been a lot of speculation as to why this list was chosen, but this list was actually chosen by Barack Obama and his administration. This list was not at all chosen by Donald Trump. All of these people didn't mysteriously just decide to show up at airports and start protesting. These were paid professional protesters paid by George Soros, getting bussed in all over the country to go in and protest Donald Trump's stance on wanting to protect Americans from having more lives lost at the hand of these jihadist, radical Islamic terrorists. Okay, and what we have here is this is a pretty funny article in itself. I'm not going to play the video. I will leave a link so you guys can come watch it. But what this is about Starbucks has decided to hire 10,000 terrorists in response to Donald Trump's executive order. Now, what he, you may not know, he was a huge Hillary Clinton supporter. He actually even made a special Starbucks cup just for the campaign, where he even put Hillary Clinton's face right there on the center of the cup. And of course, when the election was over, he sent out a big memo to all his employees about how shocked he was about the outcome of the election, although anybody who had half a brain knew everybody in mainstream media was completely lying about the size of Donald Trump's crowds and about the polls themselves. So, but in this video, what he says is we need to do everything we can to be 100% behind Donald Trump. But what he's actually done by his actions is, because he says we need more unity, and what he actually does is created more division by pledging to hire 10,000 more terrorists to work for Starbucks in response to the president's executive order. Now let's jump over here real quick. And we'll check out this article over here. And it's talking about how people are boycotting Starbucks after it announces plans to hire 10,000 terrorists. Here's what people are tweeting about Starbucks. When Starbucks puts refugees before American safety, time for me to boycott Starbucks. And this is from MAGA Mama. Then we got Sandy here. We put Trump in the White House, we can put Starbucks out of business. Marilyn Randall says, why don't you hire the vets instead of refugees who might really ruin your business? Nia Extreme Vetting says, so instead of hiring 10,000 unemployed Americans or out of work vets, Starbucks will hire 10,000 refugees despite POTUS. Then we got Slowly Butt here saying, I'm sure U.S. citizens that need jobs appreciate your discrimination against them. And we have Hutch here responding to this saying, now they will hire people who don't belong here when American high school college students need a part-time job. Small Biz for Trump says, Starbucks will hire refugees over Americans. CEO Schultz proudly implements his America Last hiring priorities. We got McHugh here saying, anyone else sick of Starbucks CEO pushing his political agenda through our coffee and down our throats? So, a lot of people are not too thrilled with Mr. Schultz's latest political stunt. And let's just jump over here real quick. Now, since Mr. Howard Scultz has decided that he is going to hire 10,000 terrorists in order to spite the President of the United States who's trying to protect Americans, I say here's a good list where we can start right here. And this is an article from Pat Dollard, and it's talking about ISIS targeting Starbucks. And it's talking about how 2 overseas and 3 New Mexico Starbucks, all the subject of bombing attacks by ISIS. So, if we're going to go ahead and hire terrorists to work at Starbucks, here's 5 prime locations that have already been the target of terrorist attacks, so we might as well go ahead and hire terrorists to go ahead and run the stores. Sounds like a great idea. And if that's not enough, these same people over here who he's promoting his ideas to, this violent left wing who goes in under the guise of being for love and inclusion and goes out and acts like a bunch of lunatics in the streets. These same people that are following his false message of diversity and inclusion went out and destroyed his Starbucks there in Washington, D.C. during the inauguration. Maybe he can hire some terrorists to work there, at least if nothing else. We'll have lots of Homeland Security and Secret Service and FBI and everybody else nearby to help prevent the further loss of life from a terrorist attack. Now, let's go over here and give you a little reminder about this man. Now, the same man who wants to preach inclusiveness and diversity and stuff for everybody, here's what he thinks about you. This is a speech where he was addressing his stance in supporting gay marriage, and he tells you exactly what he thinks of yourself, what he thinks of you. If you disagree with any of these political ideas that he's pushing on America, let's have it hear what he has to say out of his own mouth.
Not every decision is an economic decision, despite the fact that you recite statistics that are narrow in time. We did provide a 38% shareholder return over the last year. I don't know how many things we'll invest in, but I would suspect not many things, companies, products, investments have returned 38% over the last 12 months. Having said that, it is not an economic decision. The lens in which we are making that decision is through the lens of our people. We employ over 200,000 people in this company, and we want to embrace diversity of all kinds. If you feel, respectfully, that you can get a higher return than the 38% you got last year, it's a free country. You can sell your shares at Starbucks and buy shares in other companies.
So there you have it, folks. If you disagree with Mr. Howard Scultz and any of his million and one far left political views, you're more than welcome to sell your shares in Starbucks and suck it. Starbucks is at it once again, and I just wanted to make you aware of this latest move by former CEO of Starbucks, Howard Scultz. This is Weaponized Truth, signing out. You guys have a good day.